Yeah. Hey. Okay, black, 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 black on black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm looking at black on black is black. Rims on this black, wheels in this black, wheel with this black, black, so black on black on black on black on black, 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 black on black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm looking all black, everything is black. Rims on this black, wheels black is black. Excuse me, we need a longer.
All right. Shalom, we are I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commander Gen.YAHANNA. Today's topic is the nations are losing money.
Right.
And this always historically has happened every time that we was, delivered out of the hands of another people. It's a scripture that I want. Wait a minute, hold on. I want to start it. I got a change in scriptures that I want to start with.
Oh, come.
I'm going to Google it right quick. Well, it's in the Apocrypha. I think it's in the book of Baruch. Trying to Google it, cannot find it.
So like you?
There's a scripture in I think it's in Baruch. It talks about sorrowful shall they be that receive thy children. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm just gonna
Baruch?
Huh? In the book of Baruch, yeah, you think you can Google it right quick? Probably want to specifically put Apocrypha in that.
Okay.
So, we can close it, coming right to the scripture.
Like, what do you want me to say? The Baruch?
Sorrowful shall they be that receive thy children.
Sorrow for they be thy children in the Apocrypha.
No, sorrowful shall they be.
Cool.
That receive thy children. And just say Apocrypha.
Sorrow for they be
Sure it's in the
thy children.
Yeah. Sorrowful shall they be that receive thy children.
Sorrowful
shall they be.
Here's the definition of
sorrowful they shall be for thy children.
Receive thy children. Let's see if I can try and pull it up right quick.
Sorrowful they shall be for thy children. Apocrypha.
And the Apocrypha, sorrowful shall they be that receive thy children.
What?
It's still not coming up.
I got second address.
Oh, second Ezra?
The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord. No?
That's not it.
Okay. The children shall they carry away captive, and look what thou hast, they shall spoil it. No?
Oh, we'll just skip on through that. Yeah, just kind of wanted to. This came straight at the moment. Wanted to go open up with that one instead of what I got right now. But anyway,
It's like it.
good.
I don't think this is good. Rejoice and be glad for the children of just, for they shall be gathered, for they shall rejoice in thy peace. Blessed are they which have been sorrowful. No,
No.
come on.
What did it say as you read on? Okay, let's not worry about it. Let's just go right on to with the clip.
Come.
You are the racist. The racist is you. It's because the white guy killed that. You think they're racist. The racist Black Lives Matter. What did she
Stop it. What did she say? She said the racist is you.
Right.
Now we're being murdered, but she said the racist is us. Now, why is she mad? She won't say that in her own country. In our own bone-eating, blood-drinking country, she won't say that same thing when they have civil wars and stuff like that. She won't do that.
Right.
She'll sympathize with them, right?
Right.
What is she doing here, though? She's mad because some African businesses is a hit because you hit the businesses here in America. Then what happens with everybody else, you know what I'm saying? They gonna feel the crunch.
Right.
Now, think about it. All these Africans building, having infrastructure built, right?
Right.
They trying to get their slaves back. That's why she out here. And that's why the white people are out there also.
Right.
And they let this heifer be the spearhead. And once again, she's not black. Africans are not black. We got to get that straightened the hell out.
Right.
In ancient Egypt, the ancient Egyptians weren't the same as us.
That's right.
We are the black people. It's not just talking about your skin color. It's talking about your condition,
Right.
and your position on the earth.
Right.
You're lower than everybody else. That's why we're called black people. That's the reason why. It's not about your damn skin color, dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Chicago. They don't have schools. And they die every day. They don't matter.
Oh, stop.
Because you can get attention from that.
I need you right there, warrior.
Okay.
She said, you don't have schools and you're dying every day. Well, so is people in your shit-eating country, right?
Right.
But yet she's worried about us, right? Yeah, you know why? Because it's affecting the economy in her country. That's why she cares. She cares for that reason. Because it's affecting the economy of her country. Think about it, Her people probably do braids. The type of braids that pull the goddamn black woman's scalp straight out of damn head. Try to skin off her damn head. Right? They do those kind of braids. Yeah, with the shops and all of that stuff closed down and being hit and all of that. What does it do? It hits the pocket of their country.
Right.
And that's why she's angry. And I would not be surprised if some African men enter and pushed her out there to do that and to get a following. Because we think we Africans any damn way, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Notice it says here, what does it say? It says the very issue no one wants to address. And of course, this is, headed by some heathen, of course.
Right.
This is by some heathen. Go ahead.
Go, come.
Shut up!
Okay. It says here, every year, approximately 8,000 black men and women are murdered by other blacks in the United States. compared to approximately 100 killed by police, mostly criminals, murderers each year. Oh, they're mostly criminals and murderers that are killed. People that
Right.
have their hands up, right? They're not supposed to be apprehended by the police.
Right.
That's what's supposed to actually happen. But what are they doing? They're killing unarmed people, all
Come.
right? And we're, it's one thing that we don't understand. These nations hate us so much that we're actually born as criminals. We're born that way. That's how they justify murdering 500,000 of our children every damn year.
Come.
Because in their mind, those are born criminals. They're solving a problem the way that they see it. You see what I'm saying? That's the way that they look at it. That cute little baby that they murder, they're solving a problem the way that they
Right.
see it. They're not killing them damn Africans like that.
Right.
They can come here, populate as much as they want to, take over all the damn stores, have your woman and theirs. You know what I'm saying? They can sit there, have all the businesses they want, and they murder you, and they won't go to jail either. Just like white people.
Right.
All right. Compared to approximately 100 killed by police, criminals, and murderers each year, those police are murderers, and they're criminals too.
Right.
They killing some damn people just because. What is that story of their brother Larry Davis? That brother Larry Davis was selling dope for the police.
Dang.
And when he decided he didn't want to sell dope for them no more, they wanted to hit him then.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? His name was Larry Davis. They ended up trying to kill his brother. He's in the house and he shot like 6 of them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? This dude was a beast in the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He shot one of them straight through the grill, saying straight through the mouth.
Right.
Shot a couple of other ones through the wall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this happened up in New York.
Come. Damn.
I think it was back in the 90s, late 80s. Okay, go ahead. And
Go to Southeast, DC, Northeast, tell them Black Lives Matter. If it matters, it should matter everywhere. You guys are hypocrites. Attention seekers. Attention
notice
seekers.
she's not talking about.
Black lives should matter everywhere. It doesn't take a white cup to kill.
She's not talking about what goes on in her own country.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The Civil War is a war between the Utukupu and the Butubu tribes. She's not talking about none of that. Race doesn't have war with its own.
Right.
Every race does. Every race wars with its own. But that does not give anybody else a reason to come and war with your people. They ain't got nothing to do with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to do with you. Two people fighting, you go in and start beating up, you know what I'm saying, one person and everything, and you like, well, they was beating each other. So why can't I come in and do it? You see what type of sense that makes? Now that goes to show you how the nations look at us. Because this logic is only pushed on us. It's not pushed on anybody else.
Right.
Go ahead.
Black person to matter.
Okay.
I heard about a demonstration on, the George Floyd event, on the situation.
It said we are the victims of our own oppression and we refuse to realize it. That is bullshit. Because you can't push that on anybody else but us.
Right.
Because we set this global economy.
Right.
And what happens when we do stuff like this, we hurt the global economy because the global economy is based on us. It's based on the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what it is. Ever notice too, with all of this going on, you're seeing more killings of Hispanics and Native Indians than you ever saw before too?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like I never, you know what I'm saying, the way they're getting killed today. They've never been back in the 90s or maybe 40s or 50s.
So the war is against the nation of Israel.
Exactly.
You know, And the way I look at it, hell, we need to starve these goddamn people out, make them go back to their own. Remember the scripture when it said everyone should return to their own people. I want that pulled right quick.
Nations shall rise up against nations.
No, I already got that.
Okay,
I want the scripture when it talks about everyone should return to their own people. You might want to look it up. Hold on. See if I can.
Isaiah 13:14.
Okay, that's probably that. That's probably it.
It said, and it shall be as thee takes roll, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Yeah, take it up a couple of verses.
Okay.
Take it up maybe 11 or something.
Isaiah is it 13:11?
Right.
Come. Scripture. Let's see here. Isaiah 10:9. 13:14. Okay. Let's see. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What did it say? Say it loud and strong.
Therefore I will shake the heavens.
Yeah, wait, whoa. Said he would shake the heavens. Stop. Said he would shake the heavens, right?
Khan.
The nations that are high up above us, ain't they being shaken right now? Where?
The African, the Arabs,
the
America, China,
right now, ain't they? The Koreans, all of them.
Khan.
They're being shaken right now. You know why? Because their money is being hit. You know what I'm saying?
Khan.
The money is being hit now.
Khan.
You know what I'm saying? It's being hit, so the heavens are shaking. They're the ones that's high up and exalted above black people.
Right.
It's been going unchallenged, for all of this time. It was so much so to the point where they beating your woman up in the damn stores and all of that. Now this has happened. Right? First the COVID-19, now this. The heavens are shaking. Right? They're afraid. That's the reason why you have so many white people. You have white people nowadays that have Black Lives Matter signs on their, on their porches.
Right.
Think about that for a second. You got all of these devils, and certainly do not trust them. Certainly don't. They don't give a damn about no black life. What they're doing is they're baiting us because the white man is a natural hunter, right? Yeah. What do hunters do? They don't just always run after stuff and stab it or shoot it, right? They set traps.
Right.
So think about it. They put the Black Lives Matter sign to pump black people up, right? But then once the wrath hits, they're gonna back off, and you'll catch all the darts.
Right.
And you, of course, will be looked at as a terrorist group, of course. A terrorist group full of black women in damn yoga pants. You know what I'm saying? Homosexuals, college students, and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Khan.
And all the darts. And so think about it too. You step in as a real man, as somebody with some masculinity that actually thinks, right? You will become the enemy. So the darts will be aimed at you.
Khan.
Go ahead, Ward.
Khan. Therefore I will shake the heavens,
Heavens is being shaken right now. Go ahead.
And the earth shall be moved out of her place.
Mm. Earth are moving out of her place because what's happening now? We're supposed to be quarantined, right?
Right.
It's supposed to be not getting large gatherings, but what is it? The earth, the black people that's on the damn bottom, blacker to the ground, is now, you know what I'm saying, rallying, moving up out of our place as slaves. You know what I'm saying? Niggas in the field shooting up ATM machines. You know what I'm saying? You know, and niggas is there, they're busting shots. You know what I'm saying? So many damn shots that the police didn't even want to come through. They didn't even want to come through the West End. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, they were supposed to be gentrifying the West End, right? Fine, you know, because I mean, because what did they do? They scattered us, ended up scattering us all throughout Louisville and stuff like that, because you know the West End used to be the central base for niggas. You know what I'm saying? But then once you know they just did all of this stuff, you know, to close down the projects and all of that, start closing down, you know, the projects, Southwick, Carter Homes, all of those places. They started to disperse everybody out. The East End, you know, you had Shepherd Square, Clarksdale, you know, they started dispersing everybody out, right?
Right.
But what did they do? They skewed everybody right back to the West End. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just start, you know, niggas just start going wild. You know what I'm saying? So much so that the damn what do you call that? The legislation or something, or Congress or something like that want to talk to certain brothers in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sir. They want to sit down and come to an agreement.
Most right.
But see, that's what we should step in. We should be the ones that represent, you know, because here's the thing, because protesters are not about warfare, they're fighting for love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're fighting for love. That's why they're so emotional.
Right.
They want to be loved. They don't
Right.
feel that this country loves them.
Right.
Which is still the mindset of a damn homosexual, to be honest with you.
You
know what I'm saying? They feel that this country does not love them.
Right.
And that's why they're doing what they're doing.
Right.
And at the same time, too, when it all boils down to it, who sits behind the scenes is a damn devil navigating this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he wants a reason to put the camera on us as being the bad people, the people that the whole world has to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? And just like during the time of Haman. And guess what Haman would be if he was alive today? Of course, he's an Edomite, but what kind?
Haman, you say?
Haman.
Haman. Jewish?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And not only just any type of Jewish.
Right.
He was an Agagite.
Come.
He was the seed royal of Amalek, which is the Jewish people. He was the seed royal of them. He was in the top seed because in order, the kings were called Agag. That's why when you go into Numbers, when they talk about Balaam, how he said, when he gave the prophecy and everything and said his king shall be higher than Agag, which is pretty much saying Christ is going to be higher than the Jewish royalty, like the Rockefellers and all of them. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be higher than the Rothschilds and all of them, because that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? Haman was as the same seed royal as them. And he was closely related to Alexander the Greek, also, who was also an Agagite himself. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
That's how he used to, one of the ways he's assumed the position. King Philip, all of them were tightly, that's why they used Haman as an ambassador. You know what I'm saying? They used him as an ambassador to translate the kingdom from the Medes and the Persians into the Macedonians. That's why they used him. He was family. Yeah, come on up, boy. Come on up. That's why they used him like that. And what did he do? As soon as he came in, he started moving in his people. The same thing that they do everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He started moving in people. Notice he had 10 sons there. And what was his goal? His goal was to make everybody rise up against us throughout the 127 prophecies.
Come.
Right?
Use the video.
Yeah. We still rock the video.
Come.
Yeah, we rock the video and everything. We get through with that. You come on, move up here to the seat.
Come.
Oh yeah, finish that scripture though.
Come. And the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and the day of his fierce anger. Verse 14. And it shall be as the chase road, as a sheep that no man taketh up.
A sheep that no man taketh up. Think about it. Now think about the reason why you have so many white people that are talking about Black Lives Matter and all of that and act like they're standing for our cause. Because let me tell you something. Historically, when white people see that they're losing power, they will side with black people or whoever the hell else that they're fighting with and start even destroying some of their own.
Right.
How do I know this? A little social experiment. There was rumors of race riots when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? And we had white people in the gangs that I was in. And those white people would help us jump other white people. You have white dudes that will never fight a black person. But they will kick the hell out of a goddamn another white person. And they will just to get your approval. You know what I'm saying? Because when white people see that something appears to be stronger on the other side, they'll hop with that, and they'll just let the, you know what I'm saying? It becomes, the dog eat dog type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Purge out the weak, all of that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? It becomes some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the wickedness is still in them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're looking to turn the tides and then join with white people and then try to do the same thing to us. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. They have a history of this. Think about it. The Babylonian Empire. Now, think about it. Yeah. Didn't the Romans come and kick a lot of Greek ass? Right. The Romans kicked a lot of Greek behinds, and who did they join with? Think about it for a second.
The Persians?
No. Because the Persian Empire was down at that time. It was the Greeks after the Persians.
I want to say Israelites.
Yes. That's who they joined with. They joined with, you know what I'm saying, the Maccabeus brothers. Judas Maccabeus and them. And that's how we ended up in a league with them. You know what I'm saying? That's how we ended up in a league with Rome. And that league eventually went to our detriment later on down the line. To our, the falling of us. Yes. Because during the time when Christ came on the scene, the Romans were ruling over us and oppressing the hell out of us. After we fought alongside with them to conquer and overthrow the Greeks. You see what I'm saying? That's how that thing went down. When the Lord told us straight up not to make no leagues with them.
For real?
Yeah.
Salakia.
Yeah.
Man. Salakia. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord had told us that. You know what I'm saying? Don't make no leagues with them.
Damn.
And that's why they ended up killing Simon, who was one of the, the youngest brother of Judas Maccabeus and them. They set him up like in Game of Thrones, how they did Robb Stark. Remember this show, the Game of Thrones? Oh, man. They made a feast.
Damn.
They made a huge feast. And he brought, certain his sons and everything, right? And only a couple of his sons stayed behind. One of them's name was John. He stayed behind. You know what I'm saying? Which also, too, the name John was kind of like the forerunner to John the Baptist, because he was like the first John in the Bible, which John the Baptist also was a Levite also. You know what I'm saying? And was supposed to actually assume the priesthood, but he went out as a prophet. You know what I'm saying? But what happened with that was they made a feast for them with all kind of food, wine, and all of that. And they set them up, and they locked the doors, set them up inside the feast, and murdered them.
Oh,
Yes. And then they sent hitmen to Jerusalem for John. But John caught wind of the conspiracy and what the hell was going on. And he had his men come through and killed all of them. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
right. And John took up, the rulership, at that time in Jerusalem because they had killed his father and his brothers. Go ahead.
But John who?
As John, he was one of the sons of Simon.
First John, second John?
No, not the same. Not the same.
So
that John came around later on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that John came through later on. But this John right here, he's like the first John really mentioned in the Bible. It was one of Simon's sons.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. Judas Maccabeus' nephew. You know what I'm saying? He took the leadership role, inside Jerusalem. He stayed there to make sure Jerusalem was straight, while his father and his brothers and everything went out to, the Greeks and everything, whom they went into the league with, and they had the feast, and they killed them at the feast. Go ahead.
We got a vehicle out back.
Huh?
We got a vehicle, unknown vehicle. Shall I check it out?
Yeah, go check it out.
Come.
The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and the Most High does not want us making any leagues with them. Just like the scripture that I brought out last week when I talked about when you wipe the looking glass. But then you see that it's dross or whatever it's called is not all yet wiped away. With this Black Lives Matter thing, the dross certainly ain't wiped away. But you know who will think that it is? That black woman and the Christian black man. They'll think it is. That's the reason why. See, they move by swarms. They can have a thought and they'll all move in that direction. It's a skill we need to acquire. As a matter of fact, I want to pull that scripture right quick. Because it's a show of wisdom in that the Lord is trying to teach us concerning that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to pull. Consider the locust.
Come.
Yeah, I want that scripture right there.
Is it Proverb?
I think it is in Proverbs.
The locusts have no king?
Right.
Okay, most high.
That's it.
The locusts have no king, yet go they.
Take it from the top.
It's like I gotta get it because it's only showing like just like part of it. I gotta get the scriptures, the Bible. Okay. I'll save this one. Proverbs 10. 30, 30, and 27. we start from 26.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 30, verse 26. The cunning are but a feeble folk.
The conies are feeble. As a matter of fact, we'll look up the definition of a coney because I'm not solidly exact on what that actually is, but it says the feeble. I could try and look that up. You ain't got to. You can just hold your place with that.
Come. Like if I could.
Go ahead.
The fur of a rabbit, especially when dyed to simulate Hudson seal.
Want to say that again?
Fur of a rabbit, especially when dyed to simulate Hudson seal.
Coney is actually an animal, though.
Capricorn.
You know, the fur is not a feeble folk. It's got to be the animal.
Capricorn.
The coney is in a rabbit family, like the hair and all of that. You know. All right. Think about it. What weapons do a rabbit have?
It's fur? No, it's like,
no, fur is not a weapon.
It's like, I don't even know the claws.
No, he ain't got no claws either.
I don't even know. I want nothing.
Yeah, he has.
Lucky. I was lucky.
Yeah, he can't do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He can't. You know what I'm saying? But read the scripture.
Oh, it's like okay, come. Verse 26. Proverbs 30, verse 26. The cunning are but a feeble folk.
Yeah, feeble folk. What is that? What does the feeble mean?
Feeble?
Huh?
It means to eat.
Huh?
Eat.
No.
Feeble.
Feeble.
So
like a person has feeble knees. What does that mean? It's weak knees.
What you mean? What you say?
Feeble.
What did you say?
I said if a person has feeble knees.
Knees?
Yes.
Weak.
Right.
Weak.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you see a lot of old sports. People used to play sports back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the ex-NBA and NFL players, their knees are weak because taking all the hits and all the pressure and all of that from all of them years of playing that sport. Right? So their knees are what? They're feeble.
Weak.
But right, they're weak. Read that part again.
The cunning are but a feeble folk.
That means they're a weak folk, right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Yet make their houses in the rocks.
Yet make their houses in the rocks. You know, with rocks come security. Right?
Right.
They're feeble, but rocks are hard.
Right.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Something to be learned in that. You know, not all warfare is just straight out, you know, like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, go ahead and keep reading. Once you get down to the locusts. Yeah.
Verse 27. The locusts have no king.
Whoa, what did it say about the locusts?
The locusts have no king.
When was the last time the white man has had a king? The white man doesn't have kings. When you go into Maccabees, right? And when the Romans were first emerging,
right,
it said they would have their council, their cabinet, you know what I'm saying? Their round table and stuff like that. And said all of them had equal power, right? And every year they would appoint one to be the leader of all. And then next year they'll appoint someone else. Right. Next year they will report. So what does that mean? That means they don't have a king, right?
Right.
Go ahead, read that. Keep reading that.
Yet go they forth, all of them by bands.
Yet they all go forth by bands. Whatever movement it is out there, they'll swarm right to that movement. You know what I'm saying? The movement that's, the Black Lives Matter. Think about it. And what
Right.
did they all do? They sworn it because they seen a benefit in it for themselves. And they don't even have to even teach each other a lot of these things. It just happens so naturally for them, just like a locust ain't got to teach the other locust.
Right.
I mean, they can teach them how to critique the skills and all of that stuff, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I remember one time, I was watching this movie, and, you know what I'm saying? And it's me and my brother, and there's a couple of devil women, right? They came over. They was like trying to get tattoos, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they sitting there, watching the movie and everything. And it was a movie where this black dude, you know what I'm saying, he's kind of macking this damn white girl and everything.
Right.
And I could see them two look at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
you know, they know it's a cue when to be racist. They think of the same thought at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You know, at the same moment. I'll read that part again.
Come. The locusts have no king,
We have no
yet
king. Go ahead.
go they forth, all of them by bands.
By bands. All of them by bands. I mean, because damn, think about it. It'd be a time, sometime to where Israel would not have a king.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? So we would have to go on what was taught so that we can all move like that. You know what I'm saying? So that we can move like the locusts. That's why the Lord said to consider this animal, to consider him. It's wisdom in this type of stuff. That's why the Lord made animals certain kind of ways for us to learn from.
Right.
And certain nations have taken advantage of this thing right here, like especially like the Japanese. You know, they took certain, characteristics of the tiger and all of this stuff, and they incorporated this type of stuff into their lives and they learned wisdom from it. But the thing about it, they're foolish because they'll eat the damn things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thinking that they'll take on the spirit of whatever it is that they're eating. You know what I'm saying? Which might have some truth to it, but it will not go to their benefit. It'll go to their detriment.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's the foolishness that's mingled. You know what I'm saying? Within that. All right. Well, let's go to
Come.
Ecclesiastes rather, 10 and 16.
Like you said, 10.
Right, 10 and 16.
Come. Ecclesiastes, verse chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child.
When the king is a child, who's ruling over us today? This is a child. A child cannot see, why you would actually care about the death of your own people. It just can't wrap his mind around that, right? He can't wrap his mind around why you would actually even care. Why you would actually be like, what y'all care about, such and such a for? Well, then that's why they go in to say, well, see, he had a parking ticket one time in his life. So you shouldn't feel sorry behind what happened to him. That's how they think.
The oppressors,
All
Salakia.
right. They're children, just like the ancient Egyptians were. You know what I'm saying? Children are naturally what? Selfish.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They cry at every little thing.
Right.
They cry because you would actually even care about your people being murdered. They can't understand that. They can't. They have no empathy at all. You know, and the Lord's gonna hit them with, you know what I'm saying, just think about it, the Lord hit with them with the Corona-19 and hitting them with the whole riot thing going on too. So now they're talking Black Lives Matter, and all of that. Now the Lord have to hurt them for them to even have any sliver of empathy concerning us. That's the way it is. Read that part again.
Come. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child,
Mm.
and thy princes eat in the morning.
Think about it. Right before all of this COVID-19 and all of that stuff went down, how were they living? Put on the Travel Channel.
Good.
Yes. They talking about you can go and see the little Travel Channel type things and see the estates of all the royal families. Go ahead.
Remember when they shut down that cruise ship? The whole cruise ship, you know what I'm saying? They shut down a whole cruise ship, you know what I'm saying? The vacation was cut short, so lucky, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They couldn't leave, it was quarantine, nobody could leave. It was on there for at least like 20 days or something like that, you know what I'm saying?
You know, that's, you know, because, and that's the, read that part again, read that part of the scripture again.
Bless art.
No,
Select.
the princes eat in the morning.
Whoa! Select. And thy princes eat in the morning.
And they eat in the morning. The morning time you're supposed to be doing what? And it's not talking about just literally just eating breakfast. That's not what it's talking about. You know, in the time in the morning where they're supposed to be, you know, governing.
Right.
What are they doing? They're stunting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Donald Trump's sons, when he became president, what they start doing, they start poaching.
You say?
They start poaching.
What's that?
Poaching means killing animals, just going and killing and all of that. Where actually they were supposed to be helping their father covering the fucking land, Salaki, or my you know, language or whatever. Supposed to be helping him govern the land, right?
Right.
What did they do? They went on a killing spree, started killing all kind of animals and all of that.
Right.
That's what they did. The Trump sons, they talk about Uday and Qusay was bad, but Saddam Hussein's sons, look at these two beasts. Look at these two animals. They're horrible. They doing all of that, you know what I'm saying, and poaching and doing all of that. Imagine how they feel about human life. They don't care nothing for it. They're supposed to be helping their father to govern and stuff like that. That's what they're supposed to do, right? But the princes is eating in the morning. They're sitting back stunting, you know what I'm saying? You know, at a time where they're supposed to be helping the father handle affairs, and not only are they stunting, but they're doing it in a very vicious and brutal way, just like spoiled little bastards do. You know, but they're, you know, of course, they're a representation of him and who he actually is, and they're even worse.
Right.
And they're even worse than he is.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead. Anything else on that?
Like it. Verse 17.
Okay.
Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles.
Now think about it. Who's the son of nobles? Once all of this garbage is off of us,
It's like UPK.
right?
Our sons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be the nation of Israel. You know, it's going to be the sons of nobles. Because right now we don't seem like the sons of nobles, right? Well, because, you know, we're on drugs, on 10th Street. You know, we're in all the ghettos. You know, all across the damn country. You know, getting high and looking like we never were the sons of the prophets, right? But once we come back to who we are, Then how's people going to look at us? Then the light is going to come on.
Right.
Damn, these are actually really the children of the Lord right here. These are the sons of the prophets. That's the way they're going to be looking at us. At that time, they're going to be like, man, we really messed up. You know what I'm saying? And there's little signs and little slivers of that now. Little slivers, just little.
Calvin.
Because this whole race war thing, devils are afraid. What they're afraid of is their world being changed as they know it. Go ahead.
Calvin. Damn, I should have ventured. But John Doe, he said the oppressors do not want their business and homes burned down. That's the reason they are marching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
Oh,
they don't
God.
want to be hurt in that way. They don't want urban warfare. They don't
Right,
want it. And
right.
that's for one thing, they don't want the change of the society that they know. They would rather us be, everything go as it's been going. We
Right.
filling up the jails, the prisons. We filling up the jails, the prisons, and all of that.
Right.
They want us, in a subservient role so they can live comfortably. It kind of disrupts that comfort with these social upheavals right now. It disrupts the comfort, and it brings the realization to them that this place is falling, and they do not like it. So what do they want to do? They want to make some little efforts to appease black people so that we go back to sleep
Right.
and everything spin back on its own axis.
Right.
Any more questions on that?
Nah.
There's the only one?
Calvin.
Okay. We're under the Indianapolis page, right?
Calvin.
Okay.
Like,
Usually people come with a nice old host of questions, usually.
Calvin. This is YouTube. Facebook don't show the comment bar no more for some reason.
They don't show comment? Questions?
I mean, there's nobody writing on it.
All right. All right, let's keep going with the scripture.
Calvin. And thy princess eat and do seasons.
And the princes eat in due season. When is due season? Due season is when all the affairs of the kingdom has been done. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, for instance, seed time and harvest, right? You take all your stuff, when it starts to become fall and all of that, whatever, starts to head towards that area, you gather all your crops, everything you had and everything.
Oh, God.
And that's the things you do in the time of the winter. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy yourself a bit, Right at that time, when that season is up, you get back to, get back to the grind, That's what that's talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? You have all your stuff, on fruits and vegetables, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You want to slaughter some meat or whatever, you have stuff butchered, all of that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Preparing for the winter time. So we can just sit back, chill, make a couple of babies, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Read that part again.
Calvin. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of the nobles.
The son of nobles. What does it mean to be a son of, though?
It says like a nobles.
Right, the son. What does it mean to be a son of anything?
Child of their father.
It means to be like unto.
Oh, like unto their father.
Right.
Shalakia.
Just like unto their father. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have, prophets in the scriptures that say such and such my father, you'll call him his father or whatever, even though he wasn't even his biological father. He grew to be like unto him, because the people that studied up under Elijah and everything were like unto him. Just like the people in the ISUPK are sons of Commander GEN.YAHANNA, even though we're not his physical seed, we're like unto him. That is also son of two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Anything else?
Coconut. And thy princess eat and do season.
The princes eat in due season. In the season that they're supposed to be eating at a time of relaxing, right? As a matter of fact, in the kingdom is going to become a time of relaxing for us. But you know what? The Most High gave us a commandment too, though, within that. And it said, once we, sit back, oh yeah, come on up, Ward. Yeah, come on up. The time where we bring the scriptures and everything, And the time where we're doing that, the Lord told us to remember Amalek at that time. Why did the Lord say that? For that specific time, when we've eaten and we've, got the fat of the land and we sat back chilling and everything, why did he say remember Amalek then? At that time. Because he always try to catch you while you at your weakest. You sat back chilling, you're not really in the ranks like that, you know what I'm saying? You just sat back chilling, that's when he wants to really attack. Just like it was a time when we went out to war, and what did he do? He went and nabbed up all the women and the children. You know what I'm saying? And then the other time, the first time, what did he do? He went and smoked the hinder parts, the weaker parts. They attacked right at that time while you're at your weakest. And that's how they are today too. You know what I'm saying? They're the same damn way. They're not, that stuff ain't, it is not went out of them. Okay. I'm 12.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, go ahead, Ward.
And thy princes eat and do seasons for the strength and not for the drunkenness.
For what?
For strength and
for strength, right? Eating for strength to keep going, and not just to stunt and just sit back. You know what I'm saying? And just be bald.
Go
ahead.
And not for drunkenness.
Right. Where?
Verse 18. But by much slothfulness, the building, the chaos, and through idleness of the hand, the house droppeth through.
Right. Well, that's kind of self-explanatory, but anyway, let's go to Ecclesiastes, brother, 12 and 3.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
The keepers of the house shall tremble. Think about that for a second. Because what is this talking about? The managers of the corporations and stuff like that. What are they doing right now? They're trembling because they're afraid of losing their jobs. You see what I'm saying? They're scared of this place falling so deep that they cannot be afford to even keep them. Read that part again.
And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
They'll tremble. They're gonna be afraid. And with all the stuff going on, the rioting and all of that stuff going on, which, hell, you can't blame black people for rioting. When you get no justice, right?
Calm.
What do you think is eventually going to happen for the people that continually get no justice?
Calm.
What are they going to do? I'll go with.
If we could, the brother Isaiah brought up, what we're saying is, that's all black people is used to. That's like you when you get traumatized. That's all black people is used to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to burn down the city, but who we learn it from? Because the oppressor is so good at burning down cities.
Yeah, he really is.
Black Wall Street. There's 50 other, over 100 cities more that they can burn down.
When I think about it, in the mob, you had expert arsonists when it came to burning down things. You know, you have serial arsonists. What race do you think they made up of? Serious, they're serial arsonists, and they have to register just like a pedophile or something. Serious. Yeah, they had as a dude that I knew he worked at the college bar in Louisville. He was a expert arsonist. He had to register before he moved to the neighborhood. Everybody had to know that he was known for burning down stuff.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Dead serious. And then you think about it too. When they burn the stuff down, they get the insurance, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It could be a racket inside this thing also. Yeah, because they've been known for that too. Like the mobs and all of that. They've been known for stuff like that. These type of rackets, burning down businesses, all of that stuff, you know. And then they get paid out on the insurance and they catch their huge cut of it. You know what I'm saying?
God.
You know, once the businesses can't pay them anymore or whatever, then they have it burnt down and the mob or whatever gets the money.
Right,
and if they don't, they break legs and kneecaps and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
Go ahead.
And through idleness of the hands of the house drop through.
Next verse.
Verse 19. A feast is made for laughter and wine.
Verse 19.
Kalabukan.
When Ecclesiastes 12 and 3.
Slack. Let me start over. Slack, the other one. Slack, the other one. You start from the top of the one?
Okay, go ahead, start from the top.
Come. Chapter 12, verse 3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Yeah, the grinders cease because what are the grinders?
The managers, no?
These are the laborers.
Okay.
These are the laborers right here. You know, the people that work these jobs and all of that, construction workers, so on and so forth.
Come.
Go ahead.
Come.
Back then, it would be like the coppersmiths, iron workers, ironsmiths, stuff like that, the laborers and all of that. Go ahead.
Come. And those that look out of the window be darkened.
And those that look out of the windows be darkened. Why is this so significant? Why did it say those that look out the windows? Because windows have to do with what?
Seeing.
Yeah, you own it. Think about it for a second. What year is this? Go ahead.
2020.
Say it loud.
2020.
It's 2020. What does 2020 have to do concerning sight? Go ahead.
Body cams, cameras.
Here's the thing. To be more specific, you have 2020 vision. That means you see perfectly, right?
Right.
All right. And you think it's awfully funny this stuff is happening in 2020. Remember the show you had, 2020?
Nah.
Oh man, he didn't get. I'm an OG. I'm old school. It was a show called 2020. 2020 always has to do with perfect vision. And when read that scripture again.
Cut it, what kind of one? So I start from the top.
No, just when those look out the windows. I want that part.
Cut it, what kind? And those that look out of the window be darkened.
Why does it specifically say those that look out windows? Because it's not talking about you just look out a window and it just be dark and everything. That's not what it's talking about. A lack of, go ahead.
When you see what you see, like once you see, like you're gonna be destroyed or hurt.
Pretty much a lack of vision for the future. Think about it. You got Windows PC, right? Why do you use the side of a window? Because windows have to do with vision. That's why they use the symbol of a window for Windows PC. That's why they use that. And then, like in slavery, we were not even allowed to look out for the same window as a white person. You know why? Because y'all don't share the same vision. His vision is to be high up above you, and your vision is to be far beneath him. You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of instances, it was against the damn law, you know what I'm saying, for us to even look out of the same window as them. That's the thing a lot of people don't know. Because you and him, you have the vision of a damn slave. You're a mule, and he has a vision as the dude that puts the yoke on you and makes you plow the field. You know what I'm saying? The ox and the man ain't got the same vision, do they?
Nah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The ox's kids is gonna be what? Another ox. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be another ox. You know, while the person's, you know, the man, his children are gonna be the owners of those oxes. The daddy got 5 oxes. The child might increase it to 15 by the time he go. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Read that part again.
Come. And those that look out of the window be darkened.
And be darkened because you can't see a future for this place. Who can see a future for this place right now? Why do you think so many people going crazy right now? Because they're looking out those windows, and even though the window is clean, they didn't hit it with Windex and all of that, right? It's still dark, even though they can see clearly through it with their physical eyes. As far as vision for this place, it's pretty damn dark. And that's one of the reasons why so many people is hitting up the I.S.U.P.K right now also. Because they're looking out those windows through that same murky, dark glass. Any more on that scripture word?
Come. Verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets.
What did they do? Didn't they just board up a lot of these businesses and stuff downtown?
Come.
Read that part again.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets.
That just happened, didn't it?
Come.
That just happened right there. They boarding stuff up. They in Louisville, where I'm from, they boarding damn things being boarded up downtown. It's happening here also. I think Louisville might even be worse than here. You know? So everything is being, shut the hell down. Big old buildings. So think about it. The future for this place spells what? For the downtown areas, you have a big abandoned buildings. And see, that's the vision that people don't want to see. They don't know what the hell's going to go on, because one thing, the vision is look, the damn the damn the coronavirus just hit, and then right after that comes this stuff. Right when they plan on opening the city back up, right? What?
Like I remember you and I don't know who told me, but you and Makaba,
Cool.
Officer Makaba was talking about this. It's gonna be riots in every city. That's probably the next plague.
Right.
Riots in every city, and now
Right.
look, Salaki. That was
Right.
just right. That was right when the Minnesota thing happened. Now
Right.
you got riots in every city.
Right.
Salaki.
Mm-hmm. They beat that devil to death in Texas. It was a store owner, left his body, contorted. They beat the hell out of that damn dude. They're serious. Now, out of the country, they are down there do that. Look at your stupid ass now. Look at your stupid ass now. You know what I'm saying? That devil's laying mangled. You know what I'm saying? He all twisted up. Trying to defend his little funky little store and everything. And then what they say, oh, y'all burn it down your own. Y'all messing up your own neighborhood. It's not you're burning down your own communities. It's not our goddamn community. If you not own nothing in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not yours. You know what I'm saying? How the hell is it yours when you got invaders coming and locking you up and shooting you down in your own damn community? It's not yours. That's the point. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. You're a stranger there. Inside what you think is your community. Go ahead.
That's how we point you brought out the one because they're not shooting Chinese.
No.
They're not shooting Africans down. They're not shooting Arabs down. You know what I'm saying?
Sure the hell not. And they get ready to start coming out because their businesses is being hit and their countries, the people in their countries that make the rules and everything gonna start, probably start cracking down on them. And that's why this little African heifer, come out like that. People was probably pumped her up to do that, to try and, alleviate the whole Black Lives Matter thing and get all of these dashiki wearing dudes on her goddamn side to help rebuild, to keep Africa afloat. Because Africa is afloat because of us, not because of the damn Chinese or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Chinese invested money and built infrastructure and all of that because they see, a certain, profit in that. But the Africans' main line is in us thinking that we're African. Once we start to realize we ain't African,
that scripture that the rule of the world would be the fall of Israel. Dang, I ain't saying it right.
I think I know what you're talking about. The riches of all of us, the riches of the world. Right. Matter of fact, let's pull that scripture. That's a good scripture to come with right now. And that's how we know how the global economy is set. When we look at one scripture and tell how the global economy is set. One scripture. You know what I'm saying? Hell, it ain't even a super deep breakdown, none of that. You know what I'm saying? One scripture tells it all. I got it. One scripture tells how the whole global economy is set. Anybody want to sit there and battle concerning this or whatever, bring that to the table. I would love to do a battle like this. Romans 11 and 12. So we still got Psalms 83 to go to, which this is going to lead us right to that. Go ahead and flip on to that right quick.
Like you said,
Romans 11 and 12.
Romans 11, verse 12. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world.
No, wait a minute. What did it say again?
Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the
The
world.
fall of who? Go ahead.
Israelites.
Yes. Think about it. Let's go into some detail concerning that, right? All of us got us in sports. All of us got us in the dope game. Think about how much money. We'll start with the dope game. Think about how much money is produced when we go to jail. Because you know the jail gets paid by the government, off of us. Look go ahead.
And if we keep on sinning, you know what I'm saying? That's why they promote it. I think you brought it out earlier today. Our sins. They want us to keep sinning. You know what I'm saying? Because they know if we was to come back to the Lord or be holy again, that they will fall. That's why they promote it. That's why they promote sex. That's why they promote drugs.
Right. And that's the reason why they're stepping out talking about Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Not because they give a damn about us, because they want to put us back into that whole cesspool or whatever you want to call it. That's why they're doing it.
Khan.
Whoever read it again.
Khan. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world.
Wait a minute. I want that part to sink into people. The fall of us be the riches of the world. Look at how wealthy all the other nations are. And think about this for a second, too. Look at the more underdeveloped nations. Like, say, for instance, because they try to talk about, black people, in the ghettos, and they can't get it together, they can't this and that. Well, why can't Bosnia get it together then? Croatia, Yugoslavia, Ukraine, all of those kind of places. You know why? Because they had less slaves, way less slaves. The ones that have the most of us become the richest. Where were the bulk of the slaves taken to? They was taken to this western side of the world, so it's not rocket science why this place became the richest. What?
One thing a lot of people don't understand, other one, is that how everybody got a part in the hand in our, success.
Yes.
You got the Africans right down the street.
Right.
You got the Arab stores. You got the Chinese stores.
They're all partakers. Yes.
Khan.
Yes. Yes.
Khan. I can tell you, we can walk straight down 10th Street from African to Arab to the Chinese national line. And plus the devils.
Right.
Salakia.
They're all eating good. Think about it. How we think those grants that they get are cut? They're cut off slaves because a lot of these people that cut the grants are descendants of slave owners. You know what I'm saying? They're the descendants of slave owners. That's how they have so much money and so much wealth. You could be a white businessman, right? Back when I used to hang at the strip club, I knew the people that owned the place. The dude named Bob, Bob Hollis, him and his wife used to go on trips. I mean, like they would go on vacation like every 3 damn months. Him and his rib would go on vacation. I mean, talking about extravagant vacations, though. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, I know this place don't turn that kind of profit. For one thing, his son Lance ran the bar, and he was the only one that made any real money out of there. And I'm like, okay, how he afford to pay Lance that kind of money and Heath, that kind of money. And then Jesse also was working there too, which was Lance's brother. I'm like, and then they got the money to go on vacations like that too. And I know this place don't turn that kind of profit. Well, here's the thing. They can apply for grants, and these big corporations and everything, and private, people or whatever, will shoot them that money, those grants, and that's how they can travel the world without even having to go to their own bank account.
Right.
Found that out later on. Once I tried to apply for a grant myself. Then I really started to study grants, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I looked at the grants for us, and they maxed out at $4,000. I'm like, what the hell can you do with $4,000 on a grant? Re-up on dope? They get grants 50, 60, 70, $80,000. And that's how they can afford. They just, they apply for, they run that money out, and then they apply for another grant, and they be getting it. Well,
Like, what is a grant?
a grant is what actually is a person applies for it, right? And they be like, I'm this type of, entrepreneur, I'm this or that, and they send the grant, they apply for it, send it in or whatever, and they get approved or denied or whatever the case is, you know, and then what do? They cut them that money, and that's how they can afford to travel the world without even having to go in their own bank account. You know, they got 2, 3 million in the bank. They travel on money that don't even belong to them.
How?
Well, because white people practice the art of what they call philanthropy. Means enriching the other ones, even if I mean, they get it in the tax write-off. The people that cut the grants, so they profit something too. But they have a system to enrich one another. It's not just every man for himself type deal with them. You know what I'm saying? They have a system set in play to enrich one another. That's what they call philanthropy. You know what I'm saying? Philanthropy is when they give you money and you get favored just because of who you are. You don't have to work for any of that. And we don't even understand favor. What's so messed up about it? We the first people to talk about favor. It would seem like we have the best understanding of it, right? Because we mentioned God's favor. Favor, favor, favor. We mentioned it so much, Christianity and everything, black people, but we don't even know what the hell favor even is. We don't even know. Favor, what favor is? Favor is something that you get just for being you. You don't have to even work for it. Just for being who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Your father, who your father was, all of that. You know what I'm saying? When they started to track riches years ago, who gets rich and who don't, and why? It was like your wealth is really when it all boiled down to it, it's based on who your father is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's based on that. Go ahead.
I used to always say, like, all the land in America is already bought. It's already bought from their forefathers. You know what I'm saying? They might sell you some land, but it's already bought and owned. Every land.
Right.
Every land in America. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And if it's not, hell, they can just take it if they want.
Right.
That's how they got everything, by just taking it from people. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They ain't go to the Indians about a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? They hit them with smallpox and took whatever the hell it was that they wanted.
Right.
Matter of fact, let's go to Psalms 83.
You said it's like 83?
Right. 83 and 1.
So. Psalms 83, Verse 1. Keep not thou silent, O Lord. Oh Yahweh.
Right.
Oh Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh.
Right.
Verse 2. But lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Make a tumult. What is this? Well, it's an uprising. The thing with this little Hamite broad, it's probably just the beginning of this thing, I'm quite sure. They're mad because their economy is being hit. Now, just like I said before, just like the last scripture that we just brought out. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up thee head. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Taking crafty counsel against our people. What do you think they're talking about on the board of United Nations? Go ahead and give it a shot, boy, if you want.
So I got one. You repeat that question again. It's good.
What do you think they're talking about on the board of United Nations? You know, when the camera's off. You know how they have UN meetings and all of that, with all these different nations coming through.
Oh,
Africans and the Arabs and
what we gonna do with these people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't take a crafty counsels against thy people.
Right.
Salakia, because they all Salakia, they are all in it together.
About keeping you as making you a slave.
Keeping
you as a slave. You know they're talking about it right now. They're thinking about how are we going to do this. They're looking back into the records of ancient Egypt to see how they was able to do it. You know what I'm saying? They doing all of that because if we stop being their slaves, and they fall. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's a heavy point you brought out, one. That's a heavy point. You know what I'm saying? So we become holy again.
Right.
We're gonna rule the nation again.
Right.
Lock you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, if we become separate,
oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
It's lock you.
We will rule. And that's the thing that they're very afraid of, and they would have to become our servants. And they're scared with this. That's the reason why you have white people coming out talking about Black Lives Matter. They don't give a damn about black people. They'll go ahead.
That the brother brought out. Save their businesses and homes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. A lot of these people that talk about Black Lives Matter ain't even got no damn businesses.
Right.
They just regular working class devils. But think about that for a second. They ain't got no businesses. They ain't setting up no shops around here or downtown or none of that. They can't even afford it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But consider the locust. So they have no king, but yet they all move forth by bands.
That's you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
White people know when to do what, and they move like that. You know what I'm saying? While we be all damn divided. If you put white people in a room like this right now, with nothing but white people, and you talking about black people are our problem, right? Blacks and Hispanics and everything are our problem, they would all agree. Even the ones that have all these black friends and all of that stuff, they would all agree. But you put a bunch of us in a room like this and you say white people are the problem, you're going to be divided. Go ahead.
But what about the whites?
Yeah, we'll be like that. In a room full of blacks. In a room full of nothing but black people. Well, you can be yourself, right? Well, you don't have to be up under the scrutinizing eye of the devil. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I don't have no problem against white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Black people do this and black people do that. You'll have the same type of argument in a room full of only blacks. What?
Black people kill each other all the time.
Right. And then it'll become a break between you, and you will make up the minority. The ones that actually stand for blacks will make up the minority. And with a room full of, 100 people, 15 maybe might be on the side, maybe. And the other one, 5 of those 15 will be kind of undecided. So now it reduces you to 10. and then 5 from that will agree with what you're saying, but they don't agree with the ISUPK and multiple wives and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So you just all the way divided inside that. You know what I'm saying? Even in that, they don't do that, and we wonder why they seem to be so much stronger than us. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about all this black strength and melanin strength and all of that. We can't even goddamn agree to screw in the goddamn light bulb. I'm just keeping it real. Go ahead.
Only thing we got is this brotherhood and SHALAM.
All right.
Which actually the women don't even want to, they don't agree with us. Only
Right.
thing we got is this brotherhood and this UPK. That's the only thing we
That's
got.
right.
We got each other. That's what we
Right.
got in the Lord. That's what we got, other one. You know what I'm saying?
Hoes come and go. You know what I'm saying? Well, your bro is your bro for sure. You know what I'm saying? Real tough. That's how it is, you know. Thing is built by men. Woman's job is to be to help me and to help you to build this thing. She's your help me, your assistant, your secretary. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way that that works. She's not your equal, your partner in this. You know what I'm saying? It's no 50-50 or any of that. Ain't no 50-50 between your wife, you know what I'm saying, on her job, and she a secretary to some devil in some office and everything. It ain't no 50-50 relationship there. She's cool with that. But yeah, she wants 50-50 out of you, which really actually means 90-10 in her favor, not yours. You see part of the fall, and that, you know what? Look at how rich people get off of that. Think about it. You don't take her to Zales to get that diamond that she wants. You don't take her to get that expensive Valentine's gift. You don't spend all of that money on Christmas and all of these holidays and all of that. You're not a good husband to her. Right?
Gifts.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Who promotes that? What race promotes that? What?
You damn neither don't want.
Yeah. You know, that's the reason why the person that wants to call you up selling some bull crap item or whatever has to speak to the woman of the house. And that's what they tell the cops too. When you got a house full of people, they tell them to go to the oldest black woman, not the oldest black man, so that they can negotiate her, just like in slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's why she was the sharecropper. What?
What do you mean?
The sharecropper? The woman that would have the little piece of land, the inheritance, she would have to work it herself. You know what I'm saying? She would have to be the one with the big strong arms and plowing the land and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? She done ran a goddamn man off. He's not on the land. It's all, everything's hers, right? Well, if everything's yours, then your ass got to work it. Again, who would you blame for that?
Black.
Yeah, go ahead.
Black man.
Mm-hmm. The hell with her. Yeah, you want to play tough, bro? Well, you got your damn chance. That's what I was saying, you know. Woman want to sit there, she want to change, she want to do a change the tire, she want to do all kind of stuff like that. I'd let her do it. That's just how I am. I let her do it. You know what I'm saying? And stuff ain't really proving that you're a man and everything. It's not really proving that you're a man at all. It's proving that you're a fucking back. You wouldn't prove as a man when you picked all the goddamn cotton with you. You know what I'm saying? I prove you as a man? No, I prove you as a goddamn slave. That's what it proved you as. You know what I'm saying? Being a man is more than being a strong fucking back. So lock you. Be a man, you put that goddamn hole in check. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself. She wants to sit there and she wants to be Wilma Flintstone. I let her do it. Go ahead. I don't give a damn who don't like it. Straight up. That's the type of nigga I am. only down to be a Mac. Hot damn, now that's like I'm true, well, really don't. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, like
Girl, that's straight out. You know what I'm saying? We got any more on the scripture though?
oh God. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsels
Yeah.
against thy hidden ones.
Take your time.
Against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right, that's what they do. So they did, you know, they take the counsel. Go ahead, keep going. You know, let's
Verse
go into
4,
the conspirators in here.
that they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Yes. How do they do that? One thing, they take your name away from you. Go ahead.
No, it's not, no.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
What you said, other one, the Christian church,
Yeah.
the Jewish still walking around claiming that they us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. If they claiming to be you and the world loves them, now you can't claim to be you, right?
Kabukan.
You got to claim to be something else.
Right.
Claim to be a color.
Right.
Claim to be an African, and the Africans
Right.
is like laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, with us, you're the kata. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Kabukan. That's like it.
Go ahead.
Good. Like, you know what I'm saying? We claim to be African, a dirty, stinking African. Like, we are named after them.
Right.
You don't even understand that. You claim to be a dirty, stinking African.
And it's awfully funny because
Man.
people that talk about Africa and all of that, they can't tell what specific family of Africa they come from because Africa has about 50 countries. I know telling how many ethnic groups inside each country. I have no idea. It's countless with what I see. You have all of these different type of people and everything, you know, and Africans predominantly look alike. They look like one another, just like one another. Go ahead.
But they don't look like not one nigga.
Right, exactly. You know.
Oh, God.
They look, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at the Sudanese, all of them have, you know, a very tight gene pool because they don't play a lot of the same stuff that we play. You know, we run around, you know, screwing different type of women and raise those children up as heirs. They don't do stuff like that. They sit there and jizz up at some black woman, you know, here in the United States behind the goddamn in the back room of some store and everything. They're not trying to raise that little bastard up. You know what I'm saying? As an heir to them, even though he's their seed. You know what I'm saying? He's the child of a nigger. You know what I'm saying? His children with his African woman are his heirs, not the children that he has with some black woman. You know what I'm saying? And when they say that they're black, we get dazzled off of that because they say that they're black. They know that they're not black. They just playing on how we think and using us for profit in whatever social deal that they're dealing, you know, with they dealing with or whatever the case is. They can get our support. And we so stupid, we just give our support to any damn body. We don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? The same support that's supposed to go to our own damn people, we give it to everybody else. And wonder why nobody respects us. Go ahead.
That's a good white man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, that's a good African.
Right, exactly.
Arab, East Indian.
Right. It's awfully funny because niggas go to prison and they don't take on that mindset though. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is real segregated in prison. You know what I'm saying? You got the devils, blacks, Hispanics, and everybody only dealing with their own, even though Hispanics is our own and everything, but at the same time, we don't deal with each other like that in like prisons and stuff like that. You know, we understand it then, Niggas don't go to prison to want to love everybody. You trying to be the most, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't do that. You know, why you doing it out here then?
God damn.
Why niggas doing it out here then? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You all, hardcore and all of that, right? Why the hell you doing that, while you in prison? Let me tell you why. Because if you do it in prison, they're going to bust your butthole this wide. And you know it. You know what I'm saying? That's why you ain't talking all of that, all love and all of that stuff in there. No, right then, you know how to tighten up and get on the ball then, right? You know what I'm saying? You know how to be all about your group. If it's 5, 6 of you niggas, you already know how to just stick together. You already know that. But out here, you don't understand that, which makes no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? This stuff amazes me. I'm just saying, though. You know what I'm saying? If you got 6, 7 niggas in a clique in prison, them niggas will stick together. And they ain't trying to let outsiders in with them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to do none of that. All of that stuff is segregated also, and it's broken down with gangs, whatever gang they could be called or whatever the hell, and all of them niggas will stick straight together. You know what I'm saying? One of them stick you, all of them stick you. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that. But then out here, no one understands that concept when it comes to one of the most important things in their lives, which is the race. Nobody can get it then. Oh, you want to love everybody. Now you turn into a goddamn homosexual, spiritual homosexual now. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just let them just bone you then while you was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Might as well just go ahead and let everybody run through you. No, go in there and love everybody, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go do that.
Right.
Yeah, if you want to come out here and do that, you become a Christian again when you come out here. Why the hell did you put it on hold when you was a damn, goddamn Eddyville or some damn word? Why the hell did you put it on hold then? You know what I'm saying? What a damn hypocrite.
Come.
Time check right quick. All right, let's keep reading some more in that scripture. We'll close it out with the Lord's Prayer.
Come. Verse 4. Cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Let's go into the conspirators.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
Whoa. Now I said they consulted together with one consent means all of these powerful nations came together with one thought. Go ahead.
And the funny thing is, the Bible is so far along, it goes so way back, but it's talking about today.
Yes.
The present, the past, and the future.
Right. And notice who the first conspirator is in verse 6.
They are confederate against.
6. Yeah, verse 6.
Okay. They are confederate against thee.
Right.
Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom.
Who is that?
So-called white man.
Now, when they sit there trying to talk that garbage about, oh no, see, Esau, he was a black man. And then this sister sent me a picture one time, showed some red-headed black dude and everything. I'm like, sister, where the hell is this race of red-headed black dudes that's like a world power? Where they at? You know what I'm saying? I had to cut her like that, real good and quick. But these are leading the charge. And then how the hell is a bunch of redhead black dudes leading the whole goddamn world and everything? You know what I'm saying? To conspire against another nation of people. You know what I'm saying? you know. But go ahead.
Look at that picture came up against the surface again. Salakia.
You seen it? Have you seen it?
Again, Salakia. We had it here on class one night. But Salakia, I see it the other day. Salakia, when they said, man, I told y'all Esau was black. Salakia.
Yeah, like good night. Oh, how stupid can you be?
Oh God.
And show some black dude with this like thing on, you know what I'm saying, with a half it, huh?
I can pull it up.
Yeah, pull that up for you. Yeah, pull that up. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Salakia. Esau. Salakia, Esau.
E-S-A-U.
A-U. Come.
Sister sent me that picture. I'm like, I mean, how can you be that stupid and simple? And you know that ain't no picture from way back in the damn day either.
2020.
Modern damn picture, you know what I'm saying? It's probably taken 3-4 years ago. Or a redhead brother, you know what I'm saying? Running around with some type of damn, you know, and we didn't even dress like that.
Damn.
Esau didn't dress like that first either. You think Isaac was having that? You know what I'm saying?
Salakia, that just make me laugh. Salakia.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Oh man, dang! I kind of got a good look on the screen. Damn.
And that's supposed to be Esau.
Damn, it's not showing good. I can't see it.
This nigga ain't nothing but a model. He's some type of damn model or something like that. Posing, they done paid him. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And he posing as Esau. Good.
You can't see it good. Damn.
Can't see it good?
Nah, you can see like a blur and all that. Damn, you cannot see that thing. Oh my gosh. Maybe if I do it right here. It's like, let me see.
Now, this brother, he's some type of damn model or something like that, or aspiring damn actor or some stuff like that. You know, that's all he a damn about. It's not like this picture was thousands of years ago or anything like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They show a picture of a red-headed black man and be like, see, look, Esau.
Cut him, Khan.
Red hair.
Yeah, I got it other one. You know what I'm saying?
And then the scriptures, and also, the scriptures that talk about he had hair on his hands, so much hair on his hands that he had to use goat's hair so that Jacob, you know what I'm saying? Because what did Isaac do? He grabbed Jacob's hand, thinking that he was Esau.
Right.
The back of his neck. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Grabbed his hand. And where all the hair on his hands at though?
If I could, it said Esau, elder son of Isaac and twin brother of Jacob.
Right. So I mean, you know, they won't even defend their own damn people.
Cut him, Khan.
With the same strength that they're trying to defend the people that's murdering us.
Cut him, Khan. Cut him, Khan. Lucky. Cut him, Khan. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it back. Cut him, Khan. You know what I'm saying?
Jacob had to put goat skin on his hand.
Cut him, Khan.
Because of the hair. You know what I'm saying? The dude didn't have hair like that on his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Cut him, Khan.
and on the smooth of his neck, what is called the back of his neck. You know what I'm saying? It should have been smooth, but it was hairy. And like I said before, where's these red-headed black dudes that's ruling though? That's a world power. Where the hell are they at? You know what I'm saying? And it said, and the first came out red, like a hairy garment. He came out red. Boy, they just chop it up. No, he just had red hair. He just had red hair. Esau probably didn't come out like that. He probably came out, like some Italian, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. One of the dark whites. Because in order to get the lighter skin, you gotta, the darker skin comes first. So he probably wasn't even, he probably wasn't no blonde haired, blue eyed dude, no red haired dude or any of that, but his children came like that because they were, you know what I'm saying? Now you have the different tribes and different physical characteristics of each group. You look at people like Turkestan and stuff like that, Romania, all the ancient, cultures of white people, all the ancient places of white people, and they're not blonde hair, blue eyed, they're dark. You know what I'm saying? But what made him so significant is Jacob was way darker than him, just like everybody else was. You know what I'm saying? Jacob was way darker than him. You look at, certain dark people. Like I said, people from, predominantly, Esau probably came out with, dark hair, hairy as hell. You know what I'm saying? But lighter skin than everybody else, where his blood showed through the skin. Which still, when you living in a place among a bunch of Africans, you're gonna stand out if you like that. You ain't got to be blonde haired, blue eyed to stand out. You know what I'm saying? That stuff probably didn't come until later on. The recessive genes like that from later on, because all of them were different faces of him. You know what I'm saying? There were different faces. He probably didn't even come out like that, most likely. You know what I'm saying? You see, like dark skinned Russians and French and all of those type of people. You know, that's probably how he came out. And then things got lighter as they start to populate. You know what I'm saying? But as they start to populate, now you get the red haired dudes. You know what I'm saying? You get the dudes with the dark hair, you know, blue or green eyes, but their skin is real light. You know what I'm saying? You get the people with the curly hair. You know what I'm saying? The curly hair, the people with the long stringy hair. You get to all the different. You know what I'm saying? Like people in like Norway and stuff like that. Like Poland, the Polish are known for being lighter skinned because you got different families of Esau.
Right.
And different families take on different characteristics. The Bosnians got the big ass nose. You know what I'm saying? They predominantly dark. You know what I'm saying? They got the big nose, the big old, gonzo beak. You know what I'm saying? And just like a lot of the Jewish people have the same characteristic. Like I said, the Polish people predominantly are very, very light skinned. You know what I'm saying? They real creamy white. Which is another face of Esau. You know what I'm saying? And then you had a place where they're predominantly, a lot of people's red hair and dark hair at the same time, all in the same family and everything, but their skin would be real light, you know, freckles, real light skin freckles and all of that. You got all the different type of, and then you got, the Esau that's real dark, you know, like when you go to, Romania, people in Spain, certain people in Spain and Portugal, France, but they're all still the same people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're all still the damn same. They just carry on different characteristics according to family, and that's what made them all go into different lands, because family follow family. Spain is made up of a specific kind of people. Then you got offshoots of Spain, like Portugal. And then you got Catalan, you know what I'm saying, which is another country there. it's a country, like where people pretty much live like, you know what I'm saying, in ancient times and everything, you know. Then you got the Turkestans, so they're more like built like the caveman and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's different, you know what I'm saying? Different stuff, you know, different tribes, you know, all of that. But they're all still Esau.
Wow.
With Ham, it's the same damn thing. You got the Ethiopians, who usually are light brown, you know what I'm saying? And they have the curly, different textures of curly hair, but they have the bubble heads. You know what I'm saying? And they're predominantly, a lot of them are skinny. You know, like the Eritreans and all of them too. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the families of Ham. You know what I'm saying? And they carry on. But then you have the other families of Ham, like the Sudanese, super black. Where their skin, they so black, the skin look thick. You know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking about they are t-shirt color black. And a lot of them predominantly skinny, you know what I'm saying? They got little long little necks and stuff like that, you know, and they look like one another. And then you have like people from Nigeria and stuff like that, like the Hamite Nigerians, they have the same, not exactly the same. They're built like stocky. A lot of them is built kind of stocky built, you know. A lot of them are real strong built and stuff like that, you know. Because a lot of, you know, you see them, they have the Nigerian wrestlers and stuff like that. You know, a lot of them real strong and they real dark skin and stuff like that, predominantly bald headed. You know, all of that. You know, they have the different, and then you have the Hamites down in South Africa, which you have the ones with the slanted eyes that look Asian. That's all Ham. You know, they look Asian and everything. They got the slanted eyes and stuff like that. You know, who also too. Um, Moab got with them.
Right.
You know, so I'm talking about the man Moab. You know what I'm saying? Uh, where was they at? They was in Zoar, at a cave. Where did Zoar belong to? It belonged to Canaan, because Sodom and Gomorrah just got destroyed. The 4 cities were destroyed, and Zoar got destroyed, and you know, but it got destroyed the least because it was the most insignificant of the 5 cities. So the Lord didn't totally just wipe it out like that. That's how Lot ended up in the cave with his daughters and everything. You know what I'm saying? So what did they do? They went into their father, and the children come out mongoloid. So what type of women do we think that those 2 men chose? People that would carry on the same features, right? They would like unto them. Now look at them South Africans, right? And South Africa was once called Canaan. So with them having those features and them getting with African women that had the same kind of features, right? How their children will come out.
Okay.
I'm talking about the parts and physical features.
Oh, it's like
All right, you have Ammon and Moab who come out slanted eye, right? The products of incest, right? They come out mongoloided. What type of women would they choose? They choose, yes, the women that carry on those same
traits.
right.
Here we go.
Because the Canaanites was on that. They was on that heavy incest
The
and all of
Canaanites
that. Yeah. So now you got Ammon and Moab, and then they get with Canaanite women who carry on the same similar traits and everything. The children come out how?
Japanese or Chinese?
They come out. I'm talking about the facial features.
Eyes.
It's slanted.
Cheeky eyes.
Eyes slanted. Yeah.
Cheeky eyes.
Yeah. And then they populate and they populate with each other and they get into the bloom. Next thing you know, they grow into a tribe. Next thing you know, they grow into nations of people. And the name Moab actually means seed. Because that what his mama was thinking when she went into her father Lot to produce, to raise up seed because she thought the world was destroyed. You know, that's the reason why China is one of the most populous places as far as people in the world, if not the top, as far as populous wise, people on the earth. Go ahead.
I don't know. I know that one scripture you got the number like the sand, the sea, Israel.
Yeah, but we're not in that situation where
Oh,
we're wiping out 500,000 of our babies a year. We're not in that situation right now.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
we are wiping out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? 500,000 abortions a year.
Damn.
Yes. 1 year. Yeah, multiply that by 30.
Yeah.
You'll see what you come up with.
I don't know. That shit hurt in my head.
See what I'm saying? Not quite the sands of the sea there. Is it?
Damn.
See what I'm saying? Not quite the sands of the sea there.
Damn.
Scripture talk about us being to the sands of the sea. When all this oppression comes up off of us, we're not going to be murdering our children. See what I'm saying? We're not going to be doing that. I mean, think about it. I mean, shit. Majority of women, not only is it, abortions, but getting the tubes tied. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. The damn birth controls. All of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're being oppressed in all types of ways out of having children because we think we can't take care of them, all of this and that. We're not exactly sand of the sea material yet. You see what I'm saying?
They dancing don't do that in China.
No, they don't do that in China. They have them babies, you know what I'm saying? And they come here. Look what they do when they come here. They grow quick. You know what I'm saying? Take over the damn stock market and all of that. You know. With that being said, with I.S.U.P.K coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Commander GEN.YAHANNA, pay your tithes, support this troop, support the men that are out here fighting for you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child. And with that being said, I'm about to pass the class over to Trooper Kwamapa. Here's the Lord's Prayer and clip.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. Where the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3 and 8 to 10, means 10 in Hebrew, Mashariah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the trade department or a teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Announce Holy Convocation from the street. The Passover is still being the Passover.
It's still, the date is still pending.
Cattle Khan. The day is still pending. If anyone wants to be a trooper in school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, skirt, and with that, a margin, which means to rise. Wapangwa Hakwadam,
Right.
which means turn and face the east.
Lord's Prayer.
The Lord prays in Hebrew. I will never.
No.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Bashamaya.
Qudash.
Josh.
Hayah.
Ayah.
Shemka.
Samka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malaku.
Abaka.
Daba'ah.
Daba'ah.
Razayaka.
Isaiah.
Hayah.
Ayah.
Asha.
Aisha.
Barakaza.
Barakaza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Ayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamaya.
Nata.
Natana now.
Natamanawa. Nakam.
Come.
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 Yawam.
Yawam.
What's the luck now?
What's the lot now?
Come on, what for now?
Wapi now.
That's a luck
What's the
now.
lot now?
That's a what for now?
Wapi now.
Wala
Wala
Double yaw now.
Abaya now.
But it's all one.
Bonasar one.
Above.
Above.
High show now.
Outside now.
My young.
Mayan.
Right.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Look up.
Naka.
I'm a luck.
Amalakwa.
Wala Allah.
Wa Allah.
Wala bird.
Wa Par.
Wala layim.
Nabalayim.
Amun.
Aman.
In the English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
God in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Thy kingdom come.
Come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us of our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And we lead not into
Lead
temptation.
us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom
And the power.
and the power
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
So.
So, which means turn and face teaching. Men of Israel. Amon Shabbat. Amon. Barak. Yahweh Shiyah Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Al Shabbat.
Salam. Yes, Matah. Curse and loot to the sisters. Yes, Matah. Salaki. Amon Shabbat. Barak. Yahweh. Yahweh Shiyah Shabbat.
Yahweh Shemar Atab Bashim Yahushua.
Yahweh Shiyah Shabbat. That's Matah. Class dismissed.